hardly needs to be any emphasis placed on the stature of this event. For one, it's the 8th graduation ceremony, and one can hardly believe how we've sped through time, a passage of 11 years. And we are now on the 8th occasion when the graduates are being recognized. However, there is significance beyond the walls of this auditorium where we are, and in recognition of that fact, we will begin with the national anthem of Sri Lanka. There's yet another customary practice that we will abide by, and that's an invitation we extend to a few people who are present here to participate in the lighting of our ceremonial oil lamp. And so we would like to invite our chief guest and our guest of honor in the company of the President of CMA Sri Lanka, Professor Lakshman R. Wattavala, the Secretary of CMA, Mr. H.A. Wehella, Mr. M.B. Ismail, Treasurer, the Council members, Mr. S.E. Satrasinghe, Mr. F.H. Povimanasinghe, Mr. T. Someswaran, Mrs. M.R.N. Kasichetti, Professor K.B. Mangala Fonseca, and the Executive Director, Examinations, Mr. H.B.H. Munasinghe, the Executive Director, Technical, Mr. L.B. Wattegedra, Consultant, Education, Mr. K.P.L. Jayavira, Mrs. Sahanivitana, Director, Student and Member Relations and Promotions. All those named are invited to be part of the ceremony. And we have heard a great deal already said during the presentation in 2 languages of the audio-visual while everyone was waiting for the event to begin. So I'll only be reiterating the point that it is only within a period of 2.5 years that a person can aspire to this qualification to be one who has received sufficient training and also the necessary qualification to be able to claim the title ACMA, and of course, in the fullness of time, an FCMA as well, and they will be entitled to use those in their names or along with their names. And also, it is possible for people who are competent in the Sinhala and Tamil languages to pursue their course of study in the first 2 phases in their chosen language, and of course, in English as well. And the career path to complete a Bachelor in Management Studies degree with exemptions from the Open University of Sri Lanka while doing the CMA exams has also been a possibility that has opened up. And above all, exceedingly affordable to any person anywhere in the country. That seems to be a significant factor to also have mentioned. But we'll hear quite a lot more as we invite the next of our speakers, and indeed it's words of welcome along with some introductory remarks from Professor Lakshman R. Vatavala, the President of CMA Sri Lanka. So let's invite him, and we invite you to pay him heed as he speaks.
Good afternoon to all of you. Our chief guest, Professor Malik Ranasinghe, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Moratuwa, the guest of honor, Mr. Sunimal Fernando, advisor to the President, the members of the Council of the CMA, the staff and directors of the Institute, distinguished invitees, fellow and associate members, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure for me, on behalf of the CMA, to welcome you to the 8th graduation ceremony of CMA. As was indicated to you earlier, CMA was set up in the year 1999, and we were officially launched on 3rd June 2000. So we have been in existence for some time, and during this time, we have been able to impress upon the importance of the management accounting profession and also the need for a national professional management accounting institution in Sri Lanka. As a result of which, the CMA Sri Lanka was incorporated by an Act of Parliament number 23 of 2009. This is not an easy procedure. We had to spend 3 to 4 years where we had a long process, but however, we were able to table the bill in Parliament, and there was a half-day's debate on the CMA Act, and all unanimously agreed that the CMA was really required to promote the management accounting profession in Sri Lanka. You must be all proud to know that it was for the first time the management accounting profession was recognized in Sri Lanka by the setting up of CMA by an Act of Parliament. Although we have had foreign bodies operating in this country, there was no official recognition given in Sri Lanka, nor was the importance taken both to the government and the private sector of the need for the management accounting body. So we are very happy that we are now, together with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, the two national bodies in Sri Lanka that will be promoting the accounting profession. As the body incorporated by Act of Parliament, we were admitted to the membership of the South Asian Federation of Accountants of SAFA, which comprises all the chartered and management accounting bodies of India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. In fact, I was one of the founder signatories to the formation of SAFA when I was the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. And at that time, out of the bodies that were represented, which included India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, we were the only body that had a single institute. All the other bodies, all the other countries had their own chartered and management accounting body. In fact, I'm happy that we have been able now to bring Sri Lanka also in line with the other countries that are leading in the South Asian region. One of the main objectives of the CMA study program is to produce management accountants endowed with capabilities, competencies, and a globalized outlook required to meet the challenges in organizations both locally and globally. So you can see that we are there to cater for the needs of the local community as well as people who are going overseas. Those who join the business sector in the term of the International Federation of Accountants are referred to as professional accountants in business. So we have a major role to play in producing professional accountants in business who would be really able to join the private and the public sector. The CMA study program has been revised and this new program will come into effect from the March 2012 exams. The new study program will consist of 22 course units categorized into 17 core courses, the 4 skill courses, and at the apex, we have an integrative case study. The core course units are clustered into 3 main streams, which is the management accounting stream, the financial management stream, and the business management stream, giving the command in accounting and business. So you can see that we have a syllabus that will really cater to the needs of the business sector. In this regard of revising our syllabus, I wish to pay a special tribute to our consultants who are engaged in the revision of the syllabus, Professor Mangala Fonseca, who is on the council of the CMA, and his assistant, Mr. Nuwan Gunratna, both who are attached to the Department of Accounting of the University of Sri Jayawardhanapur. This, I think, is a very important decision that we took because we feel that there has to be a close linkage between the universities and the professional bodies if we are really to progress. We are one of the few countries that the accounting profession has really not taken root in the university.